down too. I promise I'll try. I promise I'll try. Why would I lie? Now I won't be waiting on you to call. I won't be lying on the floor. And I know you wanted me to fall. I won't be a fool anymore. I'm not going back into those nights in the driving rain, hoping the road holds, holding back the pain, holding back the pain. And I won't be waiting on you to call. I won't be lying on the floor. And I know you wanted me to fall. I won't be a fool anymore.
Hello and welcome to the Tweetcore Radio Hour. We kick things off with My Favorite Bag by Affiliates and the Affiliates, and after that it was Sorry by Bees. It's a band from Philadelphia, very cool fellas, and here's the thing about them. You gotta shout it. You gotta shout Bees, because it's all caps, followed by an exclamation point. Next we had I Won't Be by Junior Maz Collective. Now, I love the vibe of that song. Very 90s, very grunge. And I'll tell you something, the guy who writes the songs for Junior Maz Collective, Mike Mosley, straight from the heart every time. Love his music. We finished off that set with some vintage Tweetcore. Tweetcore before there was Tweetcore. Tweetcore before there was even Twitter. Tweetcore before there was even an internet. That's how Tweetcore this band is. They're called Won't Say Rabbit, and the song you heard is called Getcha. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, Tweetcore, what's that? What's it all about? And I can talk about this topic for hours. For now, though, I'm going to let the music speak for itself. Here's Triangle Rain Club with Upside Down.
desperately wanting you. The words we don't say, the thoughts that aren't really there. What were you thinking? That something caught on your tongue. Besides what we're doing, the things all left undone. And we don't wanna talk about the space that lies in between. The gap that lies in between what we're really wanting, what we're really wanting, what we're really wanting. series of steps left to chance, hoping there's a common ground. The space that lies in between, the gap that lies in between what we're really wanting, what we're really wanting, what we're really wanting. We don't wanna talk about patiently pacing away a life in slow motion, living in the light of the day, content in imperfection. You got me desperately wanting the words that don't say, the thoughts that aren't really there. We don't really talk about, we don't really talk about, no, we don't really talk about what we're really wanting. Desperately wanting, desperately wanting. You got me desperately wanting, desperately wanting. Looking for a smile, and a frown had become my favorite outfit. I was here, but my thoughts and my words weren't very clear. I got tripped up and tangled up in fear, and I know it wasn't fun, and I know you're still afraid. Some things won't ever change, I can promise. My best to just fit in. I gave it my all but didn't win, and I cried for all my lost potential, and now I'm finding myself in this somehow. I straightened my back and didn't bow, but I know it wasn't fun, and I know you're still afraid. Something won't ever change, I can promise that I will be right here waiting with you. I've got the evidence, so damn all the fear. I know in my heart, my conscience is clear.
Yes, we started that block off with some Triangle Rain Club. Very goth, very shoegaze. I'm hearing a bit of The Cure in there. I'm hearing some Psychedelic Furs. Definitely hearing some Jesus and Mary Chain, as you might imagine. I say that, of course, because the song is called Upside Down, and Jesus and Mary Chain had a song called Upside Down themselves quite a while back. Obviously, they are two different songs, but I was asking Austin Smith, the lead singer of Triangle Rain Club, a little while back about the connection, and here's what he had to say. This is an exact quote. Sonically, the Mary Chain is a huge influence. I like to think of myself as part of a lineage of darker music, from Lou Reed to punk rock to shoegaze. Believe it or not, the title Upside Down is totally a coincidence. Now, that quote appears in an interview I did with Austin a little while back. It was for my blog. It's called Abominations. It's kind of where my idea about this whole Tweetcore movement really started to take shape. I've always been into music. I make a lot of music myself. I'm a huge fan of indie bands. I'm a huge fan of anyone who does anything creative on an independent level. And so I just started reaching out to a lot of people whose music that I really enjoyed. Austin Smith was obviously one of them, and another one was Brian Lambert, whose song we just heard. It's called We Are Okay. Fun fact about that one, at least that version of the song, I'm pretty sure that's Mike Mosley, the aforementioned Mike Mosley of Junior Maz Collective, playing guitar on that track. And another fun fact, I may be playing drums on that one. That's a rumor I will neither confirm nor deny, but one thing I will say is that an earlier version of this song is probably one of the first Brian Lambert songs I ever heard, and I was completely blown away by it. I kind of think of it as a Tweetcore anthem, and I know I keep mentioning this term Tweetcore, and I know I'm being a little bit vague about it, but one way to think about it is in terms of this song. When Brian sings about being down, it's something I'm sure everyone can relate to, but artists in particular, independent artists really, it's about this constant struggle, this constant reassessment of what our goals are and why we make the art that we make. And that's why I love that chorus, that We Are Okay chorus, because it's about all of us being okay if we work together, if we appreciate each other, if we come together and just say, yeah, you know what? It's cool that we're all making this music together, that we're all part of this same scene. And arguably, that's what Tweetcore is all about. Independent musicians coming together to listen to appreciate each other's music, and to help even promote each other's music, to help say, hey, you know what? You know who made a cool song? This person, this band. You got to hear this song. It's all about spreading the word. Now, speaking of spreading the word, that middle song you heard, it's called Desperately Wanting. And again, that's Brian Lambert singing in a band that he and I formed as a result of just our activity, our correspondence, just reaching out to each other, having met each other on Twitter, and just saying, hey, I like the music you're making. And, you know, him saying to me, yeah, the music you're making is cool too. And then we said, yeah, maybe we should do something together. And we did. And now we have a band, and it's called the Star Crumbles. And the funny thing is, Brian lives in Denton, Texas. I live in a little town outside of Philadelphia. We never would have met if not for social media. We never would have met if not for this whole idea of different independent musicians supporting each other. And that's why I think that this Tweetcore movement, this whole idea of being part of something, of participating in an artistic movement like this is so important. But hey, enough of my yapping. Let's hear some more music. Here's Crimson Lips by Eric Linden.
Your crimson lips, the sway of your hips, your fiery eyes are telling no lies. The music ignites you. You can feel it inside you. Looking over your shoulder, sin. The heat and the friction, looking over your shoulder. Now you on the dance floor. Temperature keeps rising, baby. Temperature keeps rising. Getting so damn hot when you come around. You light it up and you burn it all down. Getting so damn hot when you come around. Gonna burn the whole damn place to the ground. Get so damn high when you come around. You light it up and you burn it all down. Get so damn high when you come around. Gonna burn the whole damn place to the ground.
When you wear that sequin red dress, baby, you send me to cloud nine. Meanwhile, you don those lace tights just to thrill me. I can't believe you're mine. You're realistically cheesy and so amazingly sleazy when you squeeze me and you do what it takes to please me. When you pierce those brown dog eyes into me, I nigh on hit the floor. Those sultry huge ships swiveling all around me. I'm like an open door. You're realistically cheesy and so deliciously sleazy.
Okay, this is funny. I just realized that we've been hanging out for a little over a half hour now, and I haven't even told you my name. My name is Marc Schuster, and as I believe I mentioned earlier, this is the Tweetcore Radio Hour. Talking about indie bands I've met on Twitter, bands I would dare say I've become friendly with over the past, year or so that I've been seeking them out and listening to them and just loving the music that they make. And as I was mentioning with respect to Brian Lambert, I've actually had a chance to make some music with these musicians. For example, the first song we heard in that block, that was Eric Linden, and that song was called Crimson Lips. Awesome song, very bluesy. It's on his album, Burning Up the Marquee. You should definitely check that out. Look for it on Bandcamp, look for it on Spotify. I say that about all of the bands that I'm playing today. Look for them wherever you can find them, wherever you stream music. But one of the cool things about this album, Burning Up the Marquee, is, from my perspective anyway, I feel privileged that I had a chance to play on it. I play on a song called Armagosa, which is a really cool, haunting tune, a little bit doorsy. I play organ on it. I'm no Ray Manzarek, but, I do my best. And I mention this not to say, oh, hey, look, I'm playing on all these records. More to say, that is the cool thing about being in a scene. And it's not defined by geography. And it's not defined even by musical style. It's just defined by people uplifting each other, people participating in each other's music, people participating both in the listening and the creation of that music. And it's also something I got to do with that last song you heard. That was J'écoutais la radio. It's in French, but it's by a Welsh band called the La La Letts. That is the brainchild of Chris Triggs. Now, Chris is currently working on a new album, but for the time being, he's left us with a single. It's called TikTok Mr. Spock. I do not have that one queued up right now. I'm sorry, but I will come better prepared next time around. I will be playing TikTok Mr. Spock. I highly recommend looking it up. It's a fun song. Find it on Bandcamp, find it on Twitter. Find it, once again, everywhere you listen to music. Sandwiched between Crimson Lips and J'écoutais la radio was Mr. Beardsley by Todd and Karen. They're a Norwegian group, and their names aren't actually Todd and Karen. They just thought Todd and Karen sounded like some pretty fun American names, and so they went with that. That song, Mr. Beardsley, is on their EP, Approximately Here for a Bit. That's out on Sublime Exile Recordings, I believe, and it has a really cool kind of Beatles-esque sound. And one of the things, in addition to their music, that I really like about Todd and Karen is how they really champion independent music as well. They maintain a few Spotify playlists. One of them is called Beatlesque Brill Pop. Obviously has a bit of a Beatles flavor to it. Another's called Indie Pop Brilliance. And one, appropriately enough, is called #Tweetcore, the best of the Tweetcore scene. Really great what they're doing. It's not just about promoting their own music, it's about promoting other people's music. And that, again, is what Tweetcore is all about. Sharing is caring, folks. So look up Todd and Karen, play their music, play their playlists, look for all these bands I'm talking about today, and tell your friends about them too. That's how we spread the word. That's how more people find out about independent artists. Up next, we have a song called Dad Bod by a great artist. I've actually seen him live a couple of times. I've seen Bees live. I've seen Phil Yates and the Affiliates live. Actually, I saw them all at the same show at the Rusty Nail a while back. That's a venue here in Hammertown, PA, where I live. And Dad Bod's just a fun song, as you can imagine. Scoop Skis, friends call him Scoop, and, we're all friends here. So Scoop, he's kind of channeling Weird Al Yankovic, putting his own spin on the sound, and just records a lot of fun tunes. So enjoy this one. Again, it's called Dad Bod by Scoopski.
But when I look in the mirror, I don't love everything I see. Swoopy hair, glasses, and those big old chipmunk cheeks. Couldn't run a marathon, but I could sometimes sing in key. I'm like a large pizza with extra cheese and extra meat. But I still go to the gym every day. But when I get home, the sweets are calling my name. I got a dad. stay her way. But thank God someone came up with this phrase. They call it dad bod. Dad bod, yeah. I got a dad bod. Dad bod, yeah. Bod, 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 bod. Bod, 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 bod. Bod, 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 bod. What's that spell? Dad bod. I said D-A-D-B-O-D. What's that spell? Dad bod. I said D-A-D-B-O-D. What's that spell? Dad bod. Bod, 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 bod. Bod, 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 bod. Bod, 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 bod. Struggled with it all my life and probably always will. But I'll just keep on running on the treadmill. I'm not making excuses, I'm not looking to pass the blame. Now that I've got my baby boy, I think I'm allowed to say that I've got a dad bod. Dad bod, yeah. 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 Got a dad bod.
Bar after bar, chasing sweet booze, and a chip to boot. Chocolate chip to boot, have an almond joy. Sticky chocolate toy, have an almond joy. Very pudgy boy, with his munchie toy, have an almond joy. He's a roly-poly boy, with his almond joy. Yeah, run, run to the store, snatch some more, you shameful whore. Candy chip to boot. Mother says, pug, way too much for a body to use. You got the sugar blues. A-L-M-O-N-D, candy chip to boot. A-L-M-O-N-D, candy six to boot. Have an almond joy, pudgy little boy. skin absurd, barely says a word. Kind of vain, keep trying again. Gotta take the pain, keep trying again. Gotta take the pain, keep trying again. The skin absurd, barely says a word. Your fever spikes your sweet.
Hey, look at me. I'm on TV. Well, there you are, driving in your car. Something so close, yet still so far from home and where you are. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Just make sure that you take care of all that you do. I can't see a thing past this screen. I know what I want if you know what I mean. Everywhere I go, that's where I am. Maybe you already know, or maybe you don't. Nobody cares about what's going on over there. Where has everybody gone? Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Just make sure that you take care of all that you do. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Just make sure that you take care of all that you do.
That was Philly's 6-4 by the Dukenfields, obviously a Philadelphia-based band. Saw them at the Nail, too, quite a while back. This was a different show than the Bees, Philly Yates, Scoopski show. This is pre-pandemic, if you can imagine back that far. And that short block of songs started out with Scoopski. Again, look him up, really fun stuff. Really big on the indie scene here, the Tweetcore scene. I'm a huge fan of Scoopski. Can't say enough about the guy. Super talented, super funny, super nice. Look him up on Bandcamp. Buy his music. Play his music on Spotify. Tell your friends about him. And that middle song, Almond Joy, is by a guy named Dino DeMoro. And you might know his work. Dino was a sound editor on a number of TV and film projects. He was the sound editor for the Home Alone series, Gladiator, JFK. He did Jackass. He did Cameron Crowe's Almost Famous. He did the Bond film Skyfall. He did The Revenant. I mean, he's everywhere. He did Narcos. So you've heard him, but you haven't heard him. But now you've heard him because you've heard his music. And just like with Scoopski, it's funny and inventive. Kind of reminds me a bit of Frank Zappa. I'm also hearing a bit of a latter-day Brian Wilson vibe. You know, maybe around the time of Love and Mercy, that album. Listen to that album, look up Dino, listen to his music. You tell me if you hear a similarity between their vocal stylings. And how can you let me know? How about this? Look me up on Twitter, look up my blog. I'm at markschuster.wordpress.com. That's where you can find that Abominations blog I mentioned. It's where I interview a lot of the artists that you're hearing today. And my Twitter hashtag is Marc_Schuster. That's Mark with a C. Schuster, SCHUSTER. Follow me, tag me, use that Tweetcore hashtag Tweetcore. Tell me about indie bands that you like. Tell me about your indie band. Tell me about the music you're making, and I'll give it a listen. But don't just tell me about it, tell the world about it, tell your friends, tell people, hey, I'm in a band, I make music, it's really cool. Or if you're not in a band and you just like other people's music, just tell them, say, hey, here's a song you might not have heard yet, and you're gonna love it, here's why. Because friends, I'm just one man, I'm just one guy spinning some music, and I don't know, do we even say spinning some music anymore, spinning some records? Because, it's all ones and zeros, but that's cool. My bigger point is we all need to get together. We all need to work together to promote this music, to get it, maybe not to a huge audience, maybe not to fill an arena or something like that, but to get it to the people who are going to appreciate it. Share it with that person that you know who's really into music. Maybe there's someone you knew years ago and you guys used to trade, oh wow, heaven forbid, cassette tapes of new bands that you'd recorded. Or, if you're a little younger than me, you'd burn CDs or something like that. Now it's Spotify playlists. Get all of your favorite indie bands together, put them on a Spotify playlist, put it on an Amazon playlist, put it on an Apple Music playlist, wherever you listen to music, make a playlist, link your music lover friends to that playlist and tell them, hey, I just discovered these super cool bands and I think you're going to love them too. That's what Tweetcore is all about, and that's what I'm trying to do with this show. Just spread the word about these bands I've found and letting people know that independent art, independent music matters. People are listening. Now that said, I'm going to leave you with one more track. It's by a guy named Mikey J. The song is called My Little Dragon Girl. Now this track's really fun. It has kind of a ska inflection. Mikey J was the winner of this year's Lights and Lines album writing competition. He actually won in the category of Best Single, and that's what this song is, the best single from the Lights and Lines album writing competition. If you're not familiar with Lights and Lines, they're definitely worth looking into. Definitely Tweetcore. The guy who runs it, his name's Mike 5. He also does an annual music festival in the UK. It's called the Off the Record Independent Music Festival. That's going to be November 12th. 20 bands, 3 stages. So if you're in the vicinity of Brighton, England on November 12th, you might want to check that out. In the meantime, here's some Mikey J.